Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick. Today we have set number 70631, Garmadon's Volcano Lair. Contains 521 pieces and retails for $49.99. This was released as part of the second wave from the LEGO Ninjago movie, which was released in the second half of 2017, in about fall-ish. So the set is designed to be Garmadon's Volcano Lair, and it's kind of the interior for the most part, with one major exterior feature. This isn't exactly how it's shaped in the movie, but you know, in the movie you do see this face here, which I think is well designed in this set for the size. You can got the red eyes. This wobbles around a little bit, but it can't really rotate at all. It's kind of locked in place for the most part. And I think that this looks pretty good. And that is kind of a major feature of the Lair in the movie, but it would be on the outside, not on the inside. But, you know, for the size of this set, I think that this is the best place they could have put it. And I overall, you know, like the layout, but we'll get a little bit more into that. You can see there is another pillar in the back. We'll take a look at this from the back in a second, but it's really designed to be viewed only from the front. Over here, this little area is the Garmadon propulsion, or the GIT, you know, Garmadon something laboratories. Garmadon, it doesn't say it. Thought it did. But this is where the little scientists, you know, one of which was in the CMF series, and this new one for this set. This is where they work. There's a computer screen there, which has some good sticker details, and you know, the screen can move up and down on a ratchet, and these are just on bar and clips. There's a coffee machine, and there's a printed keyboard there, which, you know, you can kind of see. For some reason it's not focusing very well on the keyboard. Yeah, let's just move you in. There you go. Now you can see that there's a keyboard there, printed. And there is this little model of the Piranha mech from the Ninjago Piranha Chase set from this wave. And this is a really nice little mini model. It looks pretty similar to the full thing. You also got this little robotic arm, which can, you know, be making this model. The top can rotate, and you can just move it around. This gear doesn't actually turn or anything. It's just attached onto a bar, but it's there. And I think that this, you know, gives you a good design there. There's also a little drawer. This desk is a little short, but it works for minifigure scale approximately. Underneath there is this little platform, it says danger on it, and it holds this little crab vehicle, or clam vehicle, which we will take a look at a little bit later. And over here on the bottom we've got this little thing that says danger, and this gear on the side, you can turn that and the wall will pop out, and Zane can use this spot to sneak into Garmadon's lair, which, you know, kind of a cool little hidden feature. You'll see behind there really isn't anything, but we'll show it to you on the way to the back. Above, there is this little arm crane thing, which you can use to go down into the water and grab this shark, and then lift it up and swing it around. Because, yeah, Garmadon needs to use this to load sharks into his, you know, mech to shoot sharks at people. Up here, there's just this little weapons assembly area, which this is really, really neat, because this tile right here is 2x2, and it's got a sticker on it telling you how to build missiles. These missiles are used in, I believe, I'm pretty sure they're used in the Piranha Chase. I believe they're also used in another set, but I might be wrong with that. And you know, you've got these two pieces, one of which is here and one of which is attached to the clip, and you can actually make one of those missiles, which is cool. I like that. That's a cool little play feature, and you know, you can also just leave them clipped in where they're at. Next to this area, you'll notice they're dangerously close to a little lava flow. There are some stickers here, on the bottom piece there. You know, it's got a sticker just showing some little black rocks. And there's a sticker on the bigger panel up here. You know, that is what it is. Garmadon's office is cool. Also, I forgot to mention the sign for the GIT. Garmadon. I feel like I should know what that stands. It's like IT. It's Garmadon's IT department, basically. I forget what IT stands for, though, which is kind of embarrassing. But the, you know, Garmadon's office, pretty much, has this cool fish tank in the back, which is done with a trans blue panel with some clips in the back that just hold fish in place, suspend them. And on his wall, he's got some weapons. I like the scroll bricks that are used back there to, you know, just give it a little bit more elegance. He has the big red button, which he uses to fire generals, and this little pot of tea, as well as on this wall, he's just got the scroll brick shelf with some fish food for his fish tank. And overall, that's a cool little area, I think. It looks good, and you could just sit him down there. There really is no seat, but, you know, if you imagine this is a table, that's a little weird, but you could just sit him there, regardless. And there is one more feature up at the top. And this is the top of the volcano area. You'll notice the lava flow goes down the side. And, you know, got some decent, interesting rock work up there, done with some studs on the side, all sorts of stuff. Some little lava scattered there. But there's also this gear in the back, which, you know, it maybe confuse you why there's a general up here. But if you turn this lever, the general will be fired from the volcano. And it's actually attached, the little disc is attached with quite a few studs up there. It, you know, fits into that area. So, as a result, it requires a lot of force to, you know, get it going. And because of that, he actually does get launched pretty high up, you'll see. And that is, you know, pretty good. It gets good range. I like that. The one other thing I told you I would show you is the appearance of this thing from behind. And it really looks like kind of a construction site, to be honest. You've got a lot of these big pillars, some Technic bricks, which are a little bit ugly. The back up here doesn't look bad, I don't think. You know, you've got the exposed back of the fish tank. I kind of wish that was sealed in. But, you know, it would have been a couple more pieces. I think they could have done it, but, you know, I'm okay with the fact that they didn't. Down here, you'll see this is the area where I told you you can hide Zane, you know, before he can sneak out through the back panel. And over here is just the area where the crab is, or where the clam thing is kept. But other than that, from the back, it looks relatively plain, and I don't know, I definitely would not recommend displaying it from this angle. It's not designed for that. Before we look at the figures, we do have these two smaller things to look at real quick. This is just a standard shark. Obviously, Garmadon has a shark army, mostly. And I guess it's all sorts of sea creatures, but mainly sharks. So, you know, this is just a standard shark, though, so it's nothing super special, kind of standard fare. This, though, is a little bit unique to this set, and it does have these little wings or fins folded up in its stored position, because otherwise it doesn't fit in that area. But you can unfold them very easily. You got some stickers on there, and you do have a laser on the top, and you can just open its mouth like so. You know, it's got some eyes, like robot eyes, and some teeth. Looks a little bit menacing. I think, you know, this is a decent little build, especially for a little drone thing. Presumably this would be operated by the GIT guys, but, you know, obviously no confirmation on that. It can be used for whatever you want, but it's kind of a neat little thing to just add to Garmadon's armies. Also, I believe these clam pieces are new in sand blue. If not, they're relatively rare, because I don't think I've seen them before. The two figures here that are not brand new to this set are Garmadon and Zane. Garmadon does come with this relatively rare hammerhead kind of style staff topper piece, which only appears in the collectible minifigure version of Garmadon. So, it's cool to get that in another set. But the rest of him is just standard Garmadon, and this is Zane, standard Zane. His face print is the normal one. On my copy, it looks a little bit messed up, just a tad. Garmadon does have, the other torso print underneath, and when we turn them around to the backs, you'll see the back of Garmadon's print, back of Zane's head. Garmadon only has one expression on his face, and if we can get Zane's quiver off, you'll be able to see the torso printing underneath, and it would be nice if it focused. There we go. But, these guys are relatively standardized figures across the line, appearing in quite a few sets. Zane probably more than Garmadon. Zane also does appear in a $10 set, and Garmadon appears pretty much exactly this way without the helmet in the $4, collectible minifigure version of him. So, neither of these are super special either. Garmadon is a very important character, and Zane, is important if you want the whole team, but again, there are many other ways to get them. There are two members here of Garmadon's Shark Army. We have General Number 1 and the octopus who is named Four Eyes. You'll notice that there is another, or if you're observing, you'll have noticed that there's another character named General Number 1 in the collectible minifigure series who looks nothing like this guy. That is because because this guy gets fired and they promote someone else. So, that is a thing that happens in the movie. So they are both General Number 1, just not at the same time. This is before he is fired, because also you'll notice in the collectible minifigure series there is the fired general. That is this guy, just after he's fired. So I think that both of these are cool. Both of their headgear pieces are in new colors. This octopus appears in the collectible minifigure series, but in dark orange instead of sand green. So the sand green color for that is new. We also have this helmet, which has the silver shoulder pads instead of the gunmetal gray ones. It is low on battery though. Both their face prints are good. They both have bushy brown eyebrows, so that's interesting. I believe the face print on the right appears in multiple sets though. He does have the little armor slash oxygen tank piece, which appears on multiple figures. I like the torso and legs of the General Number 1. Those are exclusive parts to this set. I believe all of this guy, besides the helmet or octopus thing, appears in a couple other sets, so isn't super rare. But I think that overall with the octopus he looks good, and I like all the medals on General Number 1's torso. His legs are a little simple, but I do still like them. And I think that these are both pretty good figures, and add some collectability to this set, which I feel like, it needs in order to be really, really cool. But I think by far the best figure in this set is Steve. He is one of the GPL Tech characters, like the one from the collectible minifigure series, the girl with the big goggles. This guy also has big goggles, but I believe that this guy is a little bit more interesting than her. He's got the caveman's hair from Series 1 in brown, and that looks really good. He's got the, two expressions. So he has the one on the front with the cracked glasses, which I'll show you without the hair in a second. And he also has the completed goggles. I like the simple back print. His legs are dual molded, and those look good. Those do look very similar to the GPL Tech, but I believe the belt is different. And I really like the the torso print with the pen that broke and the ink is dripping through the pocket. And he's got the tie-dye shirt on underneath. This guy has a pretty cool figure. And there is his face with the chipped goggles, and just with the hairpiece on there. I don't know, this guy is a really, really, really cool figure, and I think is one of the standout figures across the entire Ninjago movie line. Definitely the standout of this set. Overall, I think this set is pretty solid on the whole. I do like the figure selection. I think that is the highlight of this set, and this is one of the few sets where, from the Ninjago movie line, where I think the figures are maybe better than the build. I don't dislike this build at all. I just do think that, you know, the layout of it is a little bit and the fact that the back has no, you know, real detail at all and is not very displayable, I feel like that takes away from the, you know, model as a whole. It is a cool set, but, you know, I think that there are better ones in the line. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this set review. Let me know what you think of this set in the comment section down below, because I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. And with that, I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye, everybody.